A third project we are working on, project lead here is Charles. Charles is over here. Is shared autonomy. The goal here is to develop a robotic system that coordinates with the human operator to increase the effectiveness of the robot. Motivation here is adding the human in the loop will increase effectiveness, but also robustness and decrease cost in the future. Essentially, it's let the robot do what they're good in and let the human do what he or she is good in. This is something similar to what we've seen before. We've done earlier with the Segway. It's really annoying to drive a Segway with just a joystick through the door. But then with having a low-level control in the robot, it is much easier. You can just direct the joystick in the direction of the door and the robot would drive straight through. In terms of work packages, we'll extend what we've done in the past onto the PR2, develop a smart teleoperation package for the PR2 base and the arms with automated collision avoidance. We'll also develop a collaborative control interface for perception and manipulation queries. For example, speeding up the process of detecting certain things in an image by generating a query to human and the PR2 and the human coordinates what the PR2 is supposed to do, and then the PR2 does the pick and fetch of unknown objects. Fourth project is the PR2 remote lab. Lead here is jointly Charles and Ben, who's not here today. The goal here is to develop a remote lab to share the PR2 between research groups. Motivation here is that most research robots, including our own, are most of the time they are idle. They are simply not doing anything. And we would like to provide a wider community than those groups that are currently in the room here, access to our PR2. That means we'll build, deploy, and maintain a system for allowing remote use of the PR2 by other institutions. By other institutions, we mean internally other research groups in Bosch, but also externally other groups in the ROS community and externally the general public. So in phase one, we'll make a PR2 lab that's available for one or more other ROS institutions that were not that lucky to get a PR2. We will build an instrumented prototype lab with equipment that enables safe access, remote access to the robot. We will release packages for remote controlling the lab, and we'll release packages to detect hardware failures, and that would enable a remote shutdown of the whole setup. And we will work on with one or more external institutions on actually using this. And secondly, we plan to make that lab also available to the general public, potentially extending the existing web UI interface for teleoperation, but also enabling others to upload files to implement a certain task on our PR2. And the fifth project we will contribute is 3D mapping and exploration. That's actually ongoing work by Ben Pitzer. And the goal here is to establish an autonomous 3D exploration and mapping stack in ROS. We will, in order to do this, we will transfer the existing code base we have to ROS. We will also apply this to the PR2 and actually make the PR2 do the whole 3D mapping and exploration, and we'll release a stack for doing this. And then we'll go on and map our building and hopefully other buildings with a 3D map. And we have a video actually showing what's been done in the past so far. This is our current Segway robot driving around in our office based on 2D SLAM, exploring the office, then stopping every once in a while, doing a 3D scan with a SIG laser and a camera. That generates a point cloud. Then driving on to the next location, doing the same thing again. From this, it goes on through the whole office. Then on top of the point cloud, we merge all the point clouds from the separate scans together. Based on this, we do the surface reconstruction. And simply in the end project the texture from the camera images onto the surface. This is a meeting room in our lab in Palo Alto. That's it from us. We are really looking forward to work with Willow Garage, the PR2 community and the ROS community in the next 2 years and hopefully beyond. Also, we would like to thank Willow Garage, its sponsors and all the other contributors for making the PR2 and ROS happen. Thanks a lot.